Hello, stewards. Welcome back to Steward Her Finances. Today's video is a little different and honestly a little vulnerable. This is my debt confession 2025. I'm opening up about my debt I currently have, how I got here, and most importantly, how I'm going to break the chains of debt using faith-based budgeting, cash stuffing, and savings challenges. The Bible tells us in Proverbs 22:7, the borrower is servant to the lender. That's why I named my worksheet Breaking the Chains of Debt, because being in debt really does feel like being in chains. But chains can be broken, and that's what this journey is all about. If you're on a debt-free journey, faith-based budgeting journey, or you're trying to learn how to budget with cash stuffing and savings challenges in 2025, I invite you to stay with me for this whole video. We're going to go deep. Let me take you back to where it all really started. I was 19 years old and I wanted a gateway computer. Yes, back in the late 90s, that was top of the line. Now, I couldn't get this on my own credit, so my brother co-signed for me. I made about 3 payments, and then one morning I decided I wasn't going to pay it anymore. I literally woke up and said, I'm not paying this anymore. Months went by. One day I'm sitting there typing up a term paper and my brother calls me. He's heated. He says in few choice words, "What are you doing?" And first I was like, "Oh, I'm writing my term paper." And he was like, "No, what are you doing? You haven't paid on your computer." I was clueless. I thought, "Oh, I'm just writing my paper." But what he really meant was, "You're ruining my credit and you're ruining your credit and mine." That day was a wake up call. He ended up paying off the computer for me, but he also did something incredible. He enrolled me in a financial management class. That's when I really started to learn about finances. From then on, I made it my business to ask questions, to ask people about money, about credit, about budgeting. And over the years, people were kind enough to guide me. That curiosity set me on a road of financial stewardship. So after I took those financial management classes, everything was good for years, everything was good. About my, I think, late 20s, maybe early 30s, debt started to creep up. I came across Dave Ramsey's The Total Money Makeover. And let me tell you, the book changed my life. I used what I learned to pay off around $37,000 in debt. And for those years, I stayed debt free. I was living within my means, using cash, and making smart decisions. But then 2024 happened. And I call that the year Murphy moved in. You know, Murphy's Law. If it can go wrong, it will. And it did. I had unexpected home repairs, electrical, plumbing. I had to do a partial remodel on the bathroom. Just one thing after another kept happening. Then I had to pay a semester of my son's college, which was roughly 13,477. And then I made a decision that cost me the most. I started a business that failed miserably. It's time to break down my debt confession right now. I only have 2 debts, but they are heavy. Okay, so I built these on Canva. One has 2 columns representing my 2 debts, and then the other is if I had multiple debts. I may provide a template link. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to do finishing touches on them. But my first debt is a personal loan. I got the personal loan to help pay off the business debt. And then, like I said, things just kept hitting me and hitting me. Personal loan, and then my business credit card. Because along the lines of getting the personal loan to pay off most of that business debt, I also used a business credit card to pay on debt. Business credit card to pay on business debt. So my personal loan, what it entails. The breakdown is my son's college fund. Out of the $100,000 that I borrowed, 13,477.96 went to my son's semester of college last year. Another $15,238.32 went for major electrical repairs, roofing repairs, plumbing, and then I had to do a partial remodel of a bathroom that was simply falling apart. Total, the remaining balance of the $71,283.72 went towards business debt. So that loan I got back in 2024. The start balance was $100,000. The monthly payment is $26.54. 54. I'll have to get the rest of it. Extra payments, I have made none. Currently, the remaining balance on the personal loan is $82,826.57. It's amazing how a bad year can rip through your finances. For my business credit card, that started, as I got this loan, that started earlier in the year. I'll just put January 2024. As I was paying for startup costs for the business, I was using this business credit card. The starting balance was 24. Wait a minute. Where is it? The starting balance was 24,497.50. The monthly payment, give or take a few, the monthly payment currently, because I have gotten it down, is $324.18. Right now, I have not made any extra payments. But to get this down prior to this, yes, I did make extra payments. As of 14 September, my balance on this credit card is $14,850.40. Now, I do have other businesses that, that are starting to pick up revenue. So this business card does go for them also. But the bulk of it was my failed business. So 2 debts, a personal loan and a business credit card. But beyond those debts are stories of family, education, keeping a home running, and yes, failure. Let me share some lessons with you. Throughout my life, I've always believed in multiple streams of income. I've always had a W-2 job, but I also chased side hustles. Some of them have brought in money, some of them didn't. But the last business failed miserably. And I won't go into detail because I had to sign some paperwork. And at this point, the details do not matter anymore. What matters is that I was left with this debt. Here's the lesson I want you to take. Not every opportunity is God's opportunity. I say this because this was on my own accord. You ever have that feeling where, man, you're supposed to do it and it feels good. It feels like it's backed by the heavens. I'm sure most of you know that feeling. Well, I didn't have that. This was Alex going off the cuff and doing her own thing. And this is why I ended up in this situation. Just because something looks good on paper doesn't mean it's for you. Always count the costs. Always pray over every decision. The second lesson, debt is easy to get into and hard to get out of. It grows quickly when emergencies hit, when businesses fail, and when life happens. But you can't let shame keep you stuck. You have to face it, confess it, and start walking down every dollar. This is why I created my worksheet, Breaking the Chains of Debt, because debt is bondage. The Bible says in Romans 13:8, owe no man anything but to love one another. When I fill out this worksheet, I'm writing down this debt, my balances. I will show my progress. At this point, this is where I am. For my personal loan, my remaining balance is $82,826.57. This interest rate is at a 12.43%. At the business credit card, I'm at $14,850.40. I do plan on at some point start to make extra payments, and that's what these boxes are for. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to get this paid off, but I am looking at other streams of income to start throwing money at both of these debts. I will use the Dave Ramsey method. So I will start with the business credit card first. And once I pay that down, all that money will then go here. In the meantime, I will pay my monthly payment regularly. I have confessed this debt. I'm taking away its power. I'm no longer hiding. I'm facing it head on. And I'm inviting God to walk me through this. Steward, if you're sitting there drowning in debt, please hear me. You are not alone. We all have debt stories. Mine started with a gateway computer. Yours might have started with student loans, medical bills, or credit cards. But we're in this together. So here's what I want you to do. In the comments, share your own debt confession. You don't have to give exact numbers, but share what you're working on. Share what's been the hardest part. Let's build a community of encouragement. And remember, you're not defined by your debt. You're defined by your faith, your character, and your willingness to keep moving forward. That's it. My debt confession 2025. Two debts, my personal loan and my business credit card debt. They represent family, business, home, and lessons learned. But they also represent opportunity to show God's faithfulness, opportunity to show what faith-based budgeting and cash stuffing can do, and an opportunity to inspire someone else who feels trapped. If you found encouragement in this video, hit the like button, subscribe, the bell, and I'm not sure when I'm going to do another debt confession video, but as I start filling in the extra payments, that's when I'll have these videos. I just wanted to put this out there. For one, this is a video journal for me. This encourages me. I hope we can encourage each other to get out of this debt, because this isn't just about paying off debt. It's about breaking chains, walking in financial freedom, and trusting God every step of the way. Thank you for watching, and y'all have a blessed week. See you soon.